that singleness only hits you at night. When you ripping and running throughout the day, when you at work, when you know, whatever extracurricular activities, when you doing hobbies, when you at the gym, you don't even care about being single. That's not even on your mind. But when you pull up to the house at night and you get in that bed alone, that's when you be like, I really wish I could cuddle up with somebody, or I really wish I could tell somebody about my day.
What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? That meme is crazy. That meme is absolutely diabolical. Yeah, we about to get started. Everybody hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. The more people like, the more people come into the live. If y'all want me to stay on 2 hours, I'm looking to meet a $15 live stream goal. Cash App, PayPal, Streamlabs, all at the top of the chat. Those are the preferred methods, but obviously I'll take super chat, super sticker, dollar symbol on the right of the chat box. Even though YouTube take 30% off the top and make me wait 30 days to get it, 70% of something is better than 100% of nothing, you dig? Shout out to John. Haven't seen John in a minute. He probably took a break from the content, or maybe just stopped watching the content altogether, and I don't blame him. Shout out to him. He was a big supporter. Who else? It's a few people we haven't seen in a while, I feel like. Oh, shout out to Miriam. Haven't seen Miriam in a long time. Sheila still pop up from time to time. Shout out to all the people who used to watch consistently when I first start live streaming that don't watch anymore. Oh, shout out to Jen. Jen was a rare Bella. At this point, the only true rare Bellas are pretty much Sheila and the most loyal rare Bellas. So I'm just gonna call them the official rare Bellas. We're gonna have to put a time prerequisite before you can become a official rare Bella. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, it's just like, what do you call it? My little live stream gang. For the fellas, is RB gang. If you're a woman, you're a rare Bella. If you're a man, we'll just call it rare breed. Rare breed gang. Um. Anyway, we're about to go over some Instagram reels, and yeah, I mean, I guess let's get into this ridiculous nonsense. Can y'all hear me? Let me double check y'all can hear me, and that thing working good. Let me double check that real quick.
I'm asking you to give it to those that are maybe judging me or maybe don't understand. So
Yeah, we about to get started. Let me just double check that worked. All right, let's get it. Rare breed gang, let me know something in the live chat. Let me know you rocking with me. All right, let's get it.
You know what I was thinking?
What?
Like, what do I bring to the table? I feel like I don't bring anything to the table.
What do you mean, what do you bring to the table?
Like, what do I bring to the table?
I don't need you to bring anything to the table, honey. I don't need you to bring anything to the table. That's not why I married you. I didn't marry you to bring anything to the table. I married you because I loved you and I'm in love with you. That's why. I didn't need you to bring anything to the table. I don't need We don't need a table. I'll bring the table. Like, I don't need anything from you. I was a single dad. I cook, I clean, you know, I need nothing from you. I just need you.
But do I do anything?
You make me happy.
That's all you need?
That's all I need. I don't need anything else. What else could I possibly need?
So I bring your happiness to the table?
Yes, you bring my happiness to the table. It doesn't hurt that you look great naked. I mean, you bring that to the table. That's huge in my opinion. That's probably more than I could bring to the table. That's boy, yeah. I mean, so you keep doing that, and then I'm good to go.
Honey, you know
Yes,
what I was
dear.
thinking?
Good for him. Hey. Good for him as long as he's happy, right? But what about when she's not making you happy anymore? And she's nagging and she's complaining and she's always discontent. What about that time? If it comes, I hope it doesn't. And then what about when the bedroom fund dry up? What if that time comes? Are you going to kick her to the curb? I highly doubt it. So, yeah, if that's cool for him, good for him. But for me, RB Sensei, yeah, she got to bring something to the table. More than just looking good in her birthday suit and so-called making me happy. Yeah, you got to bring more than that to the table, definitely. For 50 years, yeah, you got to bring more of that. For 50 years, yeah, you got to bring that. For 50 years, yeah, you got to bring more than that to the table. Messing with me. And the fact that she's, posting stuff on the internet, that's not a good sign that this plays out well long term. But I wish you the best.
Things my husband does that would send a low effort man into a coma. Okay, first things first. Every morning I am awoken with an iced latte with vanilla bean cold foam on top. He goes to our favorite neighborhood coffee shop, and my alarm clock is the sound of ice clinking up the stairs. He reads books like this in his spare time and then puts them into practice. On important days in my career, he sends messages like this. I'm a huge Romantasy fan. He read all of Fourth Wing, all of ACOTAR, and Quicksilver, just so we could discuss them and he could get ideas. You know that funny meme that's like, men will do everything except go to therapy? Not my man. My man goes to solo therapy. We go to couples therapy. He's on a men's team. He is so committed to being the best version of himself for his family and our future children. Low effort men. Coma, deceased, dead. Things my husband does that would send a low.
Yeah. What up, Sheila? And how much you want to bet one day she's still gonna find a way to say it's not enough? How much you want to bet one day she'll find a way to say it's not enough? And I'm not getting masculine vibes from this guy. It sounds like he's just your little errand boy and he's just your little fanboy. This definitely doesn't sound like a man that ever tells you no or ever puts you in your place. And yes, you need to be put in your place sometime. So look, I don't see a bright future for this. And if you really loved him and cared about him and you really cared about all this stuff you're telling us about, would you have to come on the internet and brag about it? I think you like the fact that you can flex about this more than you likely. I think you like the fact that you can flex about this more than you actually like it in day to day life. Because the same icky feeling I got, like, oh, this dude's a little beta, spineless little chump. That's the same feeling you get after a while of a dude just doing everything perfect, never doing anything wrong, always doing everything to please you, sniffing up your you know what every second of the day. What else, dear? Anything else I can do for you, dear? I do not believe any woman on the planet respects a man like that. What else, dear? Can I do something else for you? Can I kiss your feet? What book do you want me to read so I can be in tune with your emotions? Women do not respect guys like that, in my opinion, but I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope they live happily ever after. Shout out to Sheila. Shout out to Chuck. Sheila, would you like a man like this? Sheila, yeah, would you like a man like this?
Brad and I broke up.
Put me down. What? No! Let go of me. I'm so sorry, babe. Are you okay? Here, sit down. I hate you. I didn't even want you to pick me up like that. Tell me what happened.
He cheated on me.
Okay, he couldn't have been more original. I may have seemed happy back there, but I wasn't. I was gonna pee myself. He was putting pressure on my bladder, just spinning me around. It's not worth it, you know? The grass is greener on the other side. Hey, it's okay. We're gonna be single together. It's fine. This is fine. I'm big. Excuse me. Go to your room. See, he's like in my business. Like, I'm so over it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you're so lucky you don't have to deal with someone right now, you know? Beeb, I love you. I'm sorry. She's going through a really hard time. I'm so happy.
Okay, look. Rarely do I find these little girly skits funny, but that one was kind of funny. Yeah, you can't be happy around your girlfriends when she's going through relationship woes. Yeah. See, this is why, women who are happily married or in relationships should have friends who are happily married in relationships. Or even if they're not happy, they're in fairly healthy relationships. It's not going to do you any good to have this friend who's constantly getting drugged through the ringer on the dating market. Because yeah, she's gonna resent you for having a happy relationship, and she's gonna throw a little salt in the game, and she's probably gonna try to sabotage it. We've all heard the same story before. All right, let's move on.
She just is with this guy because he makes a lot of money.
Your boyfriend is, of course, a millionaire. He's literally one of our greatest friends. He's one of my brothers. If he wasn't making all that money, would you actually still be with him?
No.
Really?
No.
Why is that?
Well, because I think if he wasn't making money and if he was broke, right? The qualities, the characteristics, the behaviors, the mindsets, and the habits of a man who is broke are very different compared to a man that's making money. Now, I'm not saying that money makes the man, but I am saying that the trials and the tribulations that man had to endure to acquire a lot of money is what makes him. Right? So if his mind's not in the right place, his money's also not going to be in the right place. Now, a lot of people would probably not agree with me, like, oh my God, she's a gold digger then, right? Like, she just is with this guy because he makes a lot of money. No, if you were to ask me, okay, but would you still be with your man if he ended up losing it all? Then the answer would be yes. Because if he had acquired it once before, he's already gone through the lessons.
He can do it again.
He can do it again. And if he's with me and I'm by his side, I'm gonna make
he's
sure he gets that shit
gonna make
simple.
sure.
Exactly. She just is with this guy because
Yeah. That was a bunch of psycho babble, mumbo German. That was a bunch of psycho babble, girly mumbo jumbo yapping to try to avoid accountability for being a gold digger. Oh, if he doesn't make a certain amount of money, he doesn't have a certain mindset. I'm not attracted to the money, I'm attracted to the mindset. Well, what if he lost the money, but he still got the mindset, so I'll stay with him because he can get it back. AKA, if for some reason he couldn't get it back, she wouldn't be with him. The lengths that women go to try to avoid accountability for having poor character, it blows my mind. It's truly profound. But hey, he's the goofball. He knew what it was when he got with her. He's the goofball. I don't feel sorry for him if he loses it and loses the woman. It's bad enough to have a gold digger. It's another thing. It's bad enough to have a gold digger as a girlfriend or a wife. It's another thing to have her sitting on a couch with another man, basically explaining how she a gold digger. Rough. This what you get for being a high value man? I'll just stay low value then.
I have a theory, and this goes back to that article that came out where it said that having a boyfriend is embarrassing. I am very certain, and I've been treating this like a case study. I've been observing, collecting data, but the only women who are in long-term relationships are the ones who have a high tolerance for mediocrity. And people love to say that in our day and age, love is dead and that people used to make it work. My grandma and grandpa were together 52 years. My grandma loved my grandpa dearly, but she did everything. Whenever I see a long-term couple work it out, it is because that woman is doing everything and she has done the mental gymnastics to accept the bare minimum. She has convinced herself that she either doesn't want those things that she used to want, or she has made some kind of justification in her sacrifice, in being the matriarch. In any of these long-term relationships, I never see where the woman gets a better deal. I see where the man gets essentially an indentured servant. He gets free labor, free childcare, free cooking, free cleaning, and she gets him. And I would say the best case scenario, she maybe doesn't have to work, but in most of the scenarios, she is also working and she is doing all of the housework. I'm sure there is a very small majority that maybe has one of the good ones, as you guys would love to say, but I don't even trust you guys because I see the mental gymnastics that you do to live in that cognitive dissonance because no one wants to admit that they are accepting the bare minimum. No one's going to admit that they're unhappy, or else honestly you would have a psychotic break. You would probably kill yourself. But for most, and when I sit down with my friends and I hear actually what's going on in their relationship, what it is built on is extreme codependence. It is the woman who has her childhood wounds, who painfully desires to be picked, who is in absolute survival mode, whose cortisol is shot up so high that it has literally shut down her prefrontal cortex to even be able to think, to see that there is a life that could be peaceful without this man. She can barely make decisions, and I've just accepted at this point, my tolerance is so low. I truly used to think I was someone, I was like, I'm going to have 5 kids. I'm going to get married one day. I thought I really desired that, but I'm just like, how could I ever give up this peace? Whenever I'm with a man, I'm crying. My nervous system is out of whack. And even for the good ones, let's say not a narcissist, not a chronic abuser, their emotional intelligence is just not there. They're not that interesting. They're not that smart. They're naturally selfish. They're gluttonous. I cannot stand a man. I will never have a man in my house again eating my food. See what I mean? My tolerance, there's no way. And I'm for the women who are having a man live in their house, that are eating their snacks, that are being selfish, that you are having to teach them basic concepts like empathy, that you are doing their laundry and cleaning up after them. Ugh. But I just feel like it has to be the only way to make it work. And I'm opting out. I'm opting out of that contract. I have a theory, and this goes back to that article that came out where it said that
Well, man, yeah. I gotta take my time. I gotta take my time with that one. There was so many different points. Okay. Oh, shout out. We got a millionaire in the house. I must be doing something right if I got millionaires listening to me, right? Shout out to Mackie. Um, okay. She said pretty much every woman okay. She said pretty much all the women she know who are in long-term relationships who made it work are settling for mediocrity. And what are you settling for? Chad and Tyrone coming over at 2 in the morning, letting one off on you, and then leaving, and you not hearing from them again until they want to use you again? Is that a better life? Is it? Is it a better life to sit in your 1-bedroom apartment? It's clean though. I mean, you still got to cook and clean for yourself. Dinner for one, a lonely dinner for one. Nobody cares about you. Nobody likes you. Holidays alone. No purpose, no real purpose in life. Just working some soul sucking job just to afford your lonely life and just to afford your lonely life in your 1-bedroom apartment. Is that a better life, hon? Is it? And nobody's putting the 9 to their dome. Nobody's making them stay. So that man must be bringing some type of value to their lives. Because we know women don't have a problem leaving marriages when they're not happy or they don't see the value anymore since they, file 70% of divorces. Nobody's making them stay. You know why they're staying? Because they see how pathetic your life is and they don't want to be like you. Yeah, she's just lingering around. Yeah, I gotta play it. Thanks, Lauren. Bro, yeah, they kind of just linger.
The only reason she's even existing in the world is because one, she doesn't have the courage to kill herself, and two, people don't want to start problems and just throw her out of a room because she's useless to society. So that's the only reason why they kind of just linger around for the next 30, 40 years. Like they really just linger. Like nobody really wants them, nobody really cares about them. Unless they're just get horny for a little bit. And then as soon as the horniness is gone, the woman's off there just lingering around. She just lingers, looking for any spare attention.
I mean, think about it. This woman is sitting in her apartment by herself in her bed talking to her phone. She's not actually talking to any humans. She's talking to hypothetical humans who might watch this. Think about how sad that is. Never mind. Let's move on. Let's see. Hold on. You know what? One more. One more. Hold on. I got a couple for her. Let's just hit her with the collage or whatever you call it.
Once a woman hits 30, she cannot love you. Okay. And the marriage is not because she loves you. Okay. That marriage is for her to show to other people that she could fix her past that she messed up. As soon as you get done having sex with her, leave. You don't take this woman out to movies. You don't take her out to eat. You don't hang out with this woman. The only time you hang out with her possibly is if you go to a bar. Because she's ready to get drunk and she's ready to take you go home and you're gonna have intercourse with her. That's about the only way I would say to do it. You don't ride bikes with this woman. You don't watch TV with her. You don't talk about nothing. None of that.
I mean, let's talk about. Hold on. Let's go back. Wait, one more for her. Oh, matter of fact, couple more.
That's why a lot of them can't keep a man around. Okay, because once you deal with them outside of fucking, then it's like she figures that since she's been through a lot, that she's a tough, independent woman. That I have standards, and my standards are here. If you don't have touchy standards, you have no chance with my pussy. And it's just so incredibly difficult to get with. You're like, fuck it, I don't even want to fuck you anymore. She has just destroyed damaged goods. And there is nothing a man can do. And she can do one of two things. One, die alone. Or two, she can marry a man and resent him for the rest of her life that she has stuck with him. Those are the only two ways out. They get stuck in this endless trap of all the men I want don't want me and or are already married, or the men who want me, I don't want them. So they end up like stuck in the middle.
Let's a few things I want to talk about. Few things I want to talk about here. Let's talk about. Okay, so she's she's basically painting a picture like men aren't worth being with. You gotta work, you gotta help them with bills, you gotta clean their dirty drawers and this and that. Okay, to be honest, to some degree, I understand what she's trying to say. I do. I do. I can see the downside to that because, but here's the thing: women just don't like their lot in life. Your role on the planet is to be a man's helpmeet and to rear children, raise children. It's a thankless job at times. It's a hard job at times. It's a boring job. I get it. I get the negative feelings that can come along with being a dutiful wife and mother. I understand that. But for women who care about family, legacy, substance, morality, things like that, it's worth it. It's called loving somebody else more than you love yourself, loving your kids more than you love yourself, loving your husband or wife more than you love yourself. See, these effing is celebrated when a man sacrifice everything for a woman. But when a woman sacrifice just, cooking and cleaning and this and that, oh no, she's selling herself short. You see how that works? But when a man jump in front of a you know what to save his family or sacrifice himself for his family, oh yeah, good man. That's what he was supposed to do. We don't even get appreciation for it. That's just what you were supposed to do. You know, I'll just leave it there. But let's talk about the title of this live stream, which is ladies, your 40 plus year old buns are irrelevant. So let's talk about what I meant by that. I'm trying to think if I got a video. Yeah, I do got a video I want to go over that will help me break down that title. Let's find it real quick. 1 second. I don't want to subject y'all to this bullshit again, but fuck it.
Back to that article that came out where it said that having a boyfriend is embarrassing. I am very certain, and I've been treating this like a case study. I've been observing, collecting data, but the only women who are in long-term relationships are the ones who have a high tolerance for mediocrity. And people love to say that in our day and age, love is dead and that people used to make it work. My grandma and grandpa were together 52 years. My grandma loved my grandpa dearly, but she did everything. Whenever I see a long-term couple work it out, it is because that woman is doing everything and she has done the mental gymnastics to accept the bare minimum. She has convinced herself that she either doesn't want those things that she used to want, or she has made some kind of
Video, but I just gotta intervene because I heard her say some more dumb shit. So like, okay, your grandma did everything. So you telling me your grandpa just sat on the couch and played PlayStation when PlayStation wasn't even out? He just sat on the couch and played Atari? Like, I'm just like, seriously. Her back in the era where niggas was building houses with their bare hands. You telling me this man brought no value to her life? He literally did nothing. He sat on the couch and just literally did nothing for this woman. Is that what you telling me, lady? The fuck out of here.
justification in her sacrifice, in being the matriarch. In any of these long-term relationships, I never see where the woman gets a better deal. I see where the man gets essentially an indentured servant. He gets free labor, free childcare, free cooking, free cleaning, and she gets him. And I would say the best case scenario, she maybe doesn't have to work, but in most of the scenarios, she is also working and she is doing all of the housework. I'm sure there is a very small majority that maybe has one of the good ones, as you guys would love to say, but I don't even trust you guys because I see the mental gymnastics that you do to live in that cognitive dissonance because no one wants to admit that they are accepting the bare minimum. No one's going to admit that they're unhappy, or else honestly you would have a psychotic break. You would probably kill yourself. But for most, and when I sit down with my friends and I hear actually what's going on in their relationship, what it is built on is extreme codependence. It is the woman who has her childhood wounds, who painfully desires to be picked, who is in absolute survival mode, whose cortisol is shot up so high that it has literally shut down her prefrontal cortex to even be able to think, to see that there is a life that could be peaceful without this man.
Oh, here's another thing. Let's talk about. So he didn't do anything, and you telling me? Let me guess. Your grandmother worked 40 hours, 60-hour weeks on top of cooking and cleaning and doing the laundry and chasing after the kids. Stop it. Stop it, Five. Like, come on, man. She probably worked part time, and the other 20 hours she had time to cook and clean and do the laundry and chase after the kids. Like, come on, man. Stop it. Just fucking stop it, man. She mentioned she was talking about her mother, her grandmother and mother, right? Her father and mother, or so likely. See, this is what women do. A man will work 60 hours a week on a fucking oil rig or whatever the fuck, and getting treated like shit, by the way, working his fingers to the fucking bone. and the picture will still be painted because the wife was at home cooking and cleaning and watching the kids. Somehow she did everything. His 60 hours of work on an oil rig, it was nothing. No, that was nothing. Like, I'm gonna be real, man. Cooking and cleaning and taking care of your own fucking kids don't count for much far as equal work, far as what men do out in the workforce. The fuck, I cooked and cleaned in my own fucking house. I'm a superwoman. I took care of my own fucking kids that I wanted to have. I'm a superwoman. Get the fuck out of here, man. You can't make this stuff up, folks.
She can barely make decisions. And I've just accepted at this point, my tolerance is so low. I truly used to think I was someone, I was like, I'm going to have 5 kids. I'm going to get married one day. I thought I really desired that, but I'm just like, how could I ever give up this peace? Whenever I'm with a man, I'm crying. My nervous system is out of whack. And even for the like good ones, let's say not a narcissist, not a chronic abuser, their emotional intelligence is just not there. They're not that interesting. They're not that smart. They're naturally selfish. They're gluttonous. I cannot stand a man. I will never have a man in my house again eating my food. See what I mean? Like, my tolerance, there's no way. And I'm like, for the women who are having a man live in their house, that are eating their snacks, that are being selfish, that you are having to teach them basic concepts like empathy, that you are doing their laundry and cleaning up after them. Ugh. But I just feel like it has to be the only way to make it work. And I'm opting out. I'm opting out of that contract. I have a theory, and this goes back to that article that came out where it said that having a boyfriend is embarrassing. I am very certain, and I've been treating this like a case study. I've been observing, collecting data, but the only women who are in long-term relationships are the ones who have a high tolerance for mediocrity. And people love to say that in our day and age, love is dead and that people used to make it work. My grandma and grandpa were together 52 years. My grandma loved my grandpa dearly, but she did everything. Whenever I see a long-term couple work it out, it is because that woman is doing everything and she has done the mental gymnastics to accept the bare minimum. She has convinced herself that she either doesn't want those things that she used to want, or she has made some kind of justification in her sacrifice, in being the matriarch. In any of these long-term relationships, I never see where the woman gets a better deal. I see where the man gets essentially an indentured servant. He gets free labor, free childcare, free cooking, free cleaning, and she gets him. And I would say the best case scenario, she maybe doesn't have to work, but in most of the scenarios, she is also working and she is doing all of the housework. I'm sure there is a very
Sorry for subjecting y'all to that. um Wait, she is describing every woman I've ever met. Wait, how so, Gary? Anyway, I'm sorry for subjecting y'all to that. Let me. We got 45 people in here. Oh shit! Oh, everybody hit the like button. Let me do a little spiel. I'm looking to meet a $15 live stream goal to stay on 2 hours. Whatever you can give is greatly appreciated. Cash App, PayPal, Streamlabs, all at the top of the chat and in the description. Let me drop the Cash App real quick in the chat. Also, follow me if you like my content. This is just my live stream channel. If you want to watch my normal videos, my best videos, my new channel, my official channel is Dating Dysfunctions. Link is in the description, or you can just type in Dating Dysfunctions. Also, follow me on Rumble because I can get kicked off YouTube any day now. I'm kind of edgy. Check out merch, link in the description. Follow me on Patreon. You can watch all my videos since 2017. I've been getting shadow banned from YouTube since 2017. It got to at least be 1,500 videos over there on Patreon. $5 a month. Hit the like, hit the like. Let's get the likes matching the views. And let me pull up something. We about to get into some more bullshit, but let me just pull this up.
Yo, ladies, what's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario. Now, real quick, I want to warn you that this might be a tough video to watch because what I'm going to say, you're not going to like it. But if you actually...
And for argument's sake, for me to make my point, we're gonna say this woman on the screen is 40 years old. I don't know how old she is, but for my argument, we're gonna say she's 40 plus years old. And ladies, nobody cares about your 40 plus year old buns. But I'm gonna break down what I mean by that.
watch all the way through, what I'm going to tell you in this video will change your dating life forever. You understand? So I'm going to be showing you a video of this lady. She's talking about, you know, how people are talking about, you know, the 3-date rule, and then you have sex, you know, waiting to have sex. And if you wait, the guy's going to take you seriously and all these different things. Now, what I want you to understand is that what she's going to say in this video is going to be surface level things, meaning there's a deeper issue going on. And a lot of you ladies can relate to this. So I'm going to play this. I'm going to start it, stop it, and we're going to discuss this. Let's go. Here we go.
I'm inspired. So look, what I mean by that is when men get to a certain age, we're not pussy hounds anymore. Like, yeah, I mean, sex is good. It feel good or whatever. But high quality, healthy men over 40, we not pressed for your buns. We not jumping through hoops. We ain't going through processes. You 40 plus, baby. You need to be trying to give that shit away. I'm not saying you got to give it away after, 5 minutes of knowing me, but you're not going to be able to manipulate my brain by holding buns over my head. I'll just call it quits. Ain't nobody about to play games with your old ass. You can't manipulate me with sex no more. You old and I'm over the whole being a pussy hound thing. See, this is why women need men to care about sex. Because what other levers do they got, especially over 30 and 40? They need me to care about that box so they can still try to get what they want out the dating market. That's where the whole thing of I'm 40 plus, but he got to wait till marriage thing comes from. It's a way for women to try to manipulate a man into marrying him, even though she's not worth it. She knows she's not worth it. That's why she has to use that manipulation tactic of no sex until marriage. That's how I'm going to trick a man into marrying me. But when a man is healthy and over the pea hound phase of his life, that ain't going to work. It's not going to work. I'd rather go jack off and not have to hear your mouth and not have to play your games. Maybe that'll work on some 25-year-old or something. Your 40 plus year old buns are irrelevant. I mean, don't get me wrong. like, fuck is his name? The comedian, the fat comedian that passed. He was a manosphere kind of comedian. Somebody help me out in the live chat. Fuck. Y'all have dropped a name in it. Y'all have dropped a name. He always wore like this fedora and he was fat. Anyway, y'all gonna drop the name in the chat. But he said this: I'll eat some old Cracker Jacks, but I ain't waiting on them. Just throw them on the floor right now. Like, just, I want them right now. That's what he said. I'll eat some old Cracker Jacks, but I want them right now. Don't be trying to bring it out on a platter and like, oh, you gotta wait 6 months for this. No, they some old Cracker Jacks. I'm not waiting 6 months and taking you on fancy dates to get some old Cracker Jacks. Your 40 plus year old buns are irrelevant.
Okay, hear me out. I used to always hear the advice of like the 3-date rule.
Patrice O'Neal. I got that from Patrice O'Neal. Matter of fact, let's see if we can. I'm not trying to get the video taken down, but let's see if I can find that quick clip where he say that.
Yo, ladies, what's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario. Now, real quick, I want to warn you that this might be a tough video to watch because
like, I want it now. If I'm willing to eat some stale Cracker Jacks, I'll eat some stale Cracker Jacks, but I want them right now. If I say, hand me them stale Cracker Jacks right there, and you go, come and get them, I'm like, just throw them on the floor. They old. The box is open. There's no prize in it. Where the magnifying glass? One beater. Get out of here.
Now, for some 20-year-old Strange, well, for me, like I said, I'm past that point. I'm not jumping through no hoops. So even for the hot 20-year-old, yeah, I want it right now. Well, see, here's the difference. With the 20-year-old, if she's still bubbly and friendly and all that, then oh yeah, cause see, I might take my time with that because I actually enjoy your company. So it's not even about the sex at this point. I actually like you as a human. You're actually acting nice and sound genuinely interested in the stuff you asked me about. I hang out with you just to hang out with you. I actually like your being in your presence. Unlike 30 plus and 40 plus year old women, rarely likable people to be around. But yeah, at least it would make sense for a 20-year-old trying to make me jump through hoops for it. You know what I mean? I might do it just because it at least make logical sense. Oh, I'm a virgin, and I just want to make sure you're like, okay, that makes sense. I might do it then, maybe. But your 40 plus year old bonds, irrelevant.
The 5-date rule, like, don't
Stop it, and we're gonna discuss this. Let's go. Here we go.
Okay, hear me out. I used to always hear the advice of like the 3-date rule, the 5-date rule, like don't sleep with a guy too early or he's not gonna take you seriously, blah 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 blah. And me and my like sense of justice was like, well, that's not fair, look, because he's doing it too, and if he's gonna judge me for that, then that's not someone I want to be with anyway. So like, just as well, blah blah blah. I still agree with that stance, but I think that I do actually really encourage the 3-5, however many date rule until you actually get to know someone on a deeper level. Because
These are the lessons that they don't learn till their 30s and 40s. These are the elementary type levels they don't learn until they're in their 30s and 40s after taking 30 or 40 slongs. It takes these woes 30 or 40 slongs to learn third grade social skills and lessons. Maybe I should get to know somebody before I let them in my body. Oh, yeah, you think? Took you this long to figure it out, huh? Can't make this stuff up, folks.
date rule until you actually get to know someone on a deeper level, because withholding on that will show you a man's true character much faster.
Okay, so now she's saying that, she never really liked that whole 3-date rule or whatever because she figures like certain guys are, hooking up with girls. So why is it okay for them to do it and not her to do it and all that other good stuff, right?
All right, let's talk about it real quick. Some dudes like the thrill of the look. Some men like the thrill of the chase. They like the challenge of it. You know what I mean? They'll jump through some hoops. It's fun to them. But those aren't healed, mature, worthwhile men on the dating market if you're looking for something serious. So you shouldn't care what they're on anyway. So really my point of this whole your 40 plus year old buns are irrelevant. To real ones, they're not about to jump through hoops just for a chance to get a whiff of some 40-year-old snatch. They're gonna go on a date with you if they're not feeling the vibe or they feel like you playing games and it's not genuine and you're trying to manipulate. They're just gonna block your number. Now, the guy who liked the thrill of the challenge just to get some buns, he'll play the game. And he got a couple dollars, he'll go on the dates, he'll do it. He'll do it for 3 to 6 months just to hit 3 times and never call you again. Real ones ain't doing that. This method won't work on a real one. And it won't work on a player either. He's just gonna play the game till he get what he wants. So either way, you lose. Either way, you lose. I mean, cause look. Yeah. Only a man who is unaware is gonna go for this. A man who is red pill aware, he's gonna say, no, she done been with 20 or 30 dudes and now I gotta wait 4 dates. She done had one night stands. She done had one she done had behind the dumpster flings after the bar. Well, now I gotta jump through hope. Now I gotta jump through hoops for 5 dates and take you to fancy restaurants. No, nobody with common sense is going for that. See, this type of stuff is an insult to men's intelligence. Now, maybe if I just put a cross on and stop wearing slutty clothes, they'll take me serious. It don't work that way.
Girl, so why is it okay for them to do it and not her to do it and all that other good stuff, right? But she's also saying that if you hold out on sex, you're going to know a guy's true character. Right now, what you ladies have to understand is this, is that the only type of guy who is going to wait for sex is a guy who can't get sex, right? So meaning a weak dude who's going to chase you because he has no options.
Well, okay. Well, I just broke this down. There's two dudes who will wait for sex. The first dude is the weak dude who don't have any other options. He don't got nothing else to do. He just happy to be there. He happy to have a woman return his calls and show up to a date, which is sad at 40. But shout out to our brothers lost in the sauce. The other type of dude is the dude who do this for fun. I play games with these broads just to hit a few times and then I block them and make them feel stupid for not learning a lesson that God been trying to teach them since they were teenagers. I'm the Punisher. I'm God's karma working through my slong. Uh, Never mind.
Who's going to chase you because he has no options, right? And so therefore what you're actually doing is you're dating a guy that you don't actually like and that you're not sexually attracted to, which is why you're waiting. You understand? See, a lot of times you come up with this idea that I'm waiting to get to know him and to see if there's that chemistry and so forth and so on. But you ladies know that, there's guys that you met that you were sexually attracted to and that you either had sex with on the first date or by the second date, or you had sex with them quickly. Why? Because you were sexually attracted to them. But let's
So here's the thing. You withholding out sex isn't going to make your judge of character better. You're still a horrible judge of character and you have terrible discernment. And you withholding bedroom fun isn't going to improve that. You've been making the same goofy, stupid decisions with men since you were a damn teenager. Never mind.
date, or you had sex with them quickly. Why? Because you were sexually attracted to them. But let's continue.
When you're quite a few dates in and you have not been physical or slept with a guy, you can watch how they react to wanting something, to frustration, to not getting what they want immediately. For the most part, I've been a 5+ date rule where it just never happens. And it wasn't like an intentional, like I'm withholding this so that he takes me seriously, but
it literally, you can't make this stuff up. It literally is that. You just explained to us that it is, you just explained it to us that that's what you're doing. This is why it's so hard for many people to take woes serious. It's so hard. I can't do it. Most of them. That's exactly what you're doing, ma'am. And I do mean ma'am.
this so that he takes me seriously, but more so just like I don't know this person that well and I don't really feel comfortable or I don't really feel pulled or drawn to do that with this person yet.
Now, I'm stopping it there because what I want you ladies to understand is that when you say things like this, what you're doing is you're lying to yourself, which means that you are not seeing the real issue here, right? What happens is she's saying, oh, well, I don't really know this person. I got to get to know him and all this other stuff. And like I said earlier, there were guys in your past that you met, you didn't get to know that well, and you hooked up with them. Why? Because you were sexually attracted to them. These guys that you're holding off on, you're doing this because you're not really into them. And what happens is that there's a power dynamic where you're dealing with this guy who's weak. And she was saying that dudes will get frustrated. And the reason why they get frustrated is because, again, they're the guys with no options. And
let's be honest. She's going after the same guy she went after when she was 19. That's why she hasn't had a serious relationship her whole life, I would bet. Because she's going after the same players and a-holes that been giving her the same results for at least a decade. The difference between her getting into a significant relationship and not is not her withholding bedroom fund. It's her picking different men and being a better person with those better men. She's not attracted to good men. Women who are attracted to good men aren't single past 25. Girls who are attracted to good boys in high school and college aren't single past 25. She's always been attracted to the bad boys and players, and she still is. But she had a bright idea one day. What if I withhold sex from Chad and Tyrone? Maybe that'll make him a better man. Maybe that'll make him want to commit to me and be with me. No.
You're so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
Look, let's just move on. I'm trying to think, what else do she say in this video that might be worth going over? That might be a whole separate video I could do. Maybe I should just finish it so I could chop that up and be a whole separate video. Let's get the donations up. Cash App, PayPal, Streamlabs, all at the top of the chat. Or Super Chat, Super Sticker, dollar symbol on the right of the chat box. Let's watch a little more.
And she was saying that dudes will get frustrated. And the reason why they're getting frustrated is because, again, they're the guys with no options. And you have this power over them because you know that they want you sexually. But you have them there. Why? Because you feel good about somebody wanting you that bad, even though you know deep down you don't want them. But let's continue.
And I can tell you that every time I have kind of been on the fence, like almost getting there around that 5-date mark, and I have withheld, I have received a piece of glaring evidence that this is not someone that I want to move forward with or be physical with ever. It usually shows up like them purposely trying to get me drunk and pressure me into it. And then I'm immediately aware that this is not a person that I'm safe with. And I think,
Look, yeah. You love men you're not safe with. You love the danger. You love the spontaneity of it all. You do. You do. It's no coincidence that you keep ending up on dates and in situationships and in situations with these type of men with poor character. Like attracts like. Most guys don't go on dates to try to get chicks drunk to take them home that night. That's like the scummiest of the scum. This is what I want to say. Fellas, even the dudes who like the challenge. I mean, look, if you like the challenge, I guess, but even for those guys, I think it's pathetic to keep trying to jump through these hoops and go on all these dates just so you can get laid. Getting laid ain't even that deep to go through all that, in my opinion. It's not even that serious. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm weird that way. Facts, Neon. Facts. Those crosses are just another manipulation tool. Oh, I'm a good Christian girl. You see this cross on my neck? It should be an upside down one, bitch. It should be an upside down one. Maybe if I cover my boobs for a change and put on a cross, they'll think I'm a Christian conservative. They really think that's all it takes. Because women like everything quick and easy. They don't want to put in the hard work, the long grind to become a better human. Maybe if I just buy some different shirts and buy a cross, I can get the results I want. Shout out to Warrior Princess. It's been a while. We've been good. We've been pretty good. Did you get your man back? Are y'all going strong? I think you did get back with him last time we spoke. That's the first thing that popped up in my head when I saw your screen name.
and then I'm immediately aware that this is not a person that I'm safe with. And thank God I didn't do it earlier on before the pressure had built up, before he was chasing it, before he felt frustrated. because I would not have seen that side of him for probably a long time. Example.
So now it's not a good thing that these guys were trying to lick her up to, get her drunk and, make these things happen. That is not a good thing. But the underlying problem is that you ladies need to stop dating guys that you don't like. You understand what I'm saying? Stop dating guys that you don't like.
Look, I'm not sure that she didn't like him. I think she's tired of getting pumped and dumped. She finally took a stance like, look, I'm going to try to do this 5-date rule thing so I don't get pumped and dumped by the guys I do like. I don't think this is Marshall's fault. If that's what you were asking, Mac man. I'm really glad to hear that, Warrior Princess. I'm really glad to hear that. You guys come up with a definitive plan about what your timeline is on certain milestones? I'll just leave it at that. Did you guys get on the same page about timelines for milestones? Anyway, yeah, let's continue. Because I want to move on. I got a bunch of other stuff I got to go over before we end this live.
Dating guys that you don't like. Because what happens is when you keep dating guys that you don't like, you're going to string them along, and then you're going to have issues like this that you don't want. And see, what you have to understand is the reason why you're dating these guys that you don't like is because you're scared to actually put yourself in a position to date a guy you do like, because a lot of the guys that you dated that you do like, you had sex with those guys and those guys left you. So now you feel scared to date the guy you're sexually attracted to because you think the next guy you date that you're sexually attracted to is going to leave you like the last guy you were sexually attracted to. So this is why you deal with these guys who you're not really feeling, because you feel like you can control the situation because you're scared. But let's continue.
One time I was on a 4th date with a guy. I had already told him explicitly that I wanted to move slow and I was not ready to progress things physically. We had a few drinks. I think we were at a concert. We went for drinks first, then a concert. And he made a comment about going home together. I said, no, not happening tonight. After the concert, I said, I should go home. I'm drunk. He said, let's just go for one more place. I want to spend more time with you. We had 2 or 3 more drinks and he tried to come home with me again.
Why are you getting drunk on dates? Why are you getting drunk on dates? That's pretty irresponsible. You're clearly past 25. You shouldn't be getting drunk on dates. Your dad is ashamed. That might not be a great idea, man. Especially when you're going out with low character guys like this. Still. Horrible idea. Here's the thing. I'm happy to hear that, Warrior Princess. Here's the thing. Let me speak for myself. I don't think I would like this woman if we went out on some dates. So I don't think it would get past the first date with this woman particularly. But if I'm going out, this is where I'm at in my life. If I'm going out with a chick and I'm digging her, I'm not tripping off the box. I'm not tripping off of getting none. I'm going out with you because I like your company. I think you're a cool woman. I like when we hang out. I'm not tripping about getting it. I'll get it when I get it. That's G shit. Like, I just get it when I get it. Or if I don't get it, whatever. I'm enjoying your company. That's why I'm continuing to ask you out on dates. It's not so I can get to a certain date mark so I can finally get laid. No. Past that. It's kind of pathetic and juvenile to be on that type of time as a grown man.
We had 2 or 3 more drinks and he tried to come home with me again. When I said, no, I'm going home, he got annoyed and said, I can't believe I just bought you more drinks then. Another example, more recently, I was going on dates with a guy. I had already made it pretty clear that I was not ready to progress things physically. We're on our 4th or 5th date. And at the beginning of the date, we had a conversation about how often we go out, what our alcohol tolerance is, kind of joking around. I have a kind of high tolerance. I would say like 7, 8 drinks on a night. I'm good. I'm drunk. And he bought me exactly 7 drinks. and then continue to pressure me to bring him home to my place to meet my dog. And
Come on, dog. Come on, dog. That's a horrible line. I want to meet your dog. Come on, stop it. No, you want to meet her cat.
What kind of shit is that?
But yeah, she talking about yeah. She talking about 7 or 8 drinks. This is a ran through party THOT. This a ran through party slag. Is that what they call in the UK or something? This is a old party harlot. Talking about 7 or 8 drinks on a date with a man. See, that's why they trying to keep taking. That's why these guys keep trying to take you home, because they know what time it is. They can smell it on you. They can smell it on you that you got whore in you. They like, well, a couple more drinks, she'll be back at home. Because that's your history. See, that's the funny thing. Women think men can't sense it when the chick is promiscuous or has been promiscuous. Dudes could pick up on it, especially dudes who've been, playing the game for years since high school.
to bring him home to my place to meet my dog. And then funnily enough, I actually ran into him again that weekend, and he offered to buy me and my friend a drink, and then I could tell he was trying to suss out the vibes as to whether I was drunk enough to go home with him or whether I would, and when I made it clear I wouldn't, he didn't even buy me a drink. So my point being, I do encourage the 3 to 5 plus, I would say honestly 6 to 8 date rule, but it's not so that he takes you seriously. It's so that you are protecting yourself from people that are not safe for you.
So this is the thing. You ladies know you don't have to have sex with anybody that you don't want to have sex with. The problem is, this is not about meeting guys and seeing and trying to feel them out to see if you like them to get comfortable to have sex. Because you ladies know that when you're attracted to a guy's sex,
Let's put it like this. What up, Craig? Yes, I would want my daughter to have a certain time frame or whatever. But see, this is why women shouldn't be dating really after high school and college. This is stuff that should have been figured out, squared away. You should be with your man already. This woman 28, 31, 32 still talking about how many dates before we have sex. This is childish. This part of your life should have been done years ago. I'm not hopeful for the future of her romantic life. This is an attractive woman. It's not that hard. Women try to make it seem like this dating stuff is hard and complicated and it's a Rubik's Cube that got to get figured out. It's not that hard. You're a fit, attractive, fairly young woman. If you can't figure it out, you retarded at this point. It's the easiest fucking thing in the world to sell. A young, attractive, fit woman with light eyes. You would have a harder time selling water in the desert to people who are starving of thirst with a pocket full of money. I'm gonna say that again. You would have a harder time selling water to people dying of thirst in the shout out to the 45 people watching. Everybody hit the like. Um, let's get the likes matching the views. We got 45 people watching, 30 likes. Let's get the donations up. Cash App, PayPal, Streamlabs. Also, super chat, super sticker. That's the dollar symbol on the right of the chat box. I'm about to drop the Cash App and the PayPal again. I've saved 2 relationships and marriages. I'm taking credit for that, like Kendra be taking credit for shit. I've saved Warrior Princess relationship and I saved Lauren's marriage.
Right.
Like, what? What?
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. For niggas fire out you, nigga. Shut the fuck up.
Yo, Kevin, good to see you, Kevin. Good to see you, Kevin. Doing God's work, man. People try to paint me out like I'm a bad guy. I'm doing God's work.
One date in and they want to know if I'm feeling chemistry. Sir, at this point, I don't even know if I'd loan you a book. That disconnect sums up dating in your 60s perfectly, maybe especially after a very long marriage has ended. Because when I started dating again, I was still in pick-me mode, contorting myself to be likable and desirable. We're so done with that. So here are 3 things that I've learned the hard way about dating at this age. Number 1, even the good guys lie by omission. I state clearly and upfront, I don't lie. I don't lie overtly and not by omission. And I expect the same in return. When I started stating that out loud as a deal breaker, the truth started coming out fast. One guy admitted that his ex-wife had a permanent restraining order against him. Another wasn't actually divorced, he was just separated. These aren't harmless white lies. If someone is trying to hide information from you that affects your ability to see the situation clearly, they're not protecting you, they're manipulating you. Okay, number 2, I don't travel to them and I don't pay. And one time I drove 90 minutes, so it was like halfway between where the two of us lived. Between the time I left my house and I got to the place where we were supposed to meet, he had deleted his profile and blocked me.
So yeah, thank goodness for the naked robot dance. That's hilarious. So first off, ma'am, where do I even start? First off, why did you divorce your husband? But we ain't even gonna get into all that. Second, you talking about, oh, I'm not traveling to you and you gotta come to me and you gotta pay like you some type of prize at 60. Ma'am, you're not a prize. You need to be doing whatever you can do if you want a relationship. Also, what else did I want to say? Also, um, yeah, that's what's left on the dating market at 60. Yeah, that's what's left on the dating market at 60, man. Yeah. It's gonna be the rejects and the degenerates. Cause we know you still going after tall, handsome Chad. So if a tall, handsome Chad is on the dating market at 60, there's a reason, a bad reason. It's not like he got a lack of options. But oh goodness, let's get back into it.
Between the time I left my house and I got to the place where we were supposed to meet, he had deleted his profile and blocked me. Like, what the hell? Another time I was at dinner with someone, he was in the restroom when the bill came, so I paid it because, like, I'm a human. I ate, right? I figured I'll just be nice. Never heard from him again. Lesson there, I'm not subsidizing anyone and I'm not chasing anyone. And number
Well, yeah, he just didn't like you. Yeah, he just didn't like you, ma'am. It didn't have anything to do with you paying for the bill. But never mind.
it because, like, I'm a human. I ate, right? I figured I'll just be nice. Never heard from him again. Lesson there, I'm not subsidizing anyone and I'm not chasing anyone. And number 3, to me, dating apps feel contrived. In real life, you can just quietly observe someone for a while, see if they're emotionally stable, how they treat people. Online, literally all you know is that you're both single. Most men act like one date is enough to know if I'm feeling chemistry. Again, like, I don't even know if I'd drive you to the airport at this point. How can I possibly know if I'm going to let you into my trusted inner circle? Dating isn't off the table for me, but, you know, when you know better, it's time to do better. One date in and they want to know.
Goodness. So okay. So one date in, and he wants to know if he One date in, and he wants to know if she feels chemistry. It don't take that long to know if you feel chemistry. He didn't ask you your social security number, or if he can get the code to your safe, and if he can meet, your extended family. He just want to know if there's an initial chemistry. But of course, women don't understand when men talk. They just don't. Good luck, grandma. Good luck. Maybe you should go back to your husband if he'll have you. All right, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go upstairs and get something to eat, but I'm gonna play y'all a video until I get back. I shouldn't be long. Let's check out a little bit of Anita. Hopefully, all my 43 watchers won't leave when I put on Anita. Oh shit, we got 57 watchers. All right, so before I go get something to eat, hope you guys enjoying the content. Follow my official channel. It's called Dating Dysfunctions. This is just my live stream channel that you're hearing me on. We're looking to meet $15 live stream goal. Cash App, PayPal, Streamlabs, all at the top of the chat in the description. Check out merch, link in the description. Follow me on Rumble. I can get kicked off YouTube any day now. Hope you like the content. Check out my Patreon. Oh, we got people talking about not Anita. Oh no, Anita. We only gonna show her for a few minutes. Yeah, check out my Patreon, y'all. Link in the description. Y'all can watch all my 17 or I don't know how many videos, like over 1,500 videos in my Patreon for $5 a month. But I'll be right back. Let me play some Anita for y'all. I'm sure y'all can't wait to hear Anita.
All right, it's super bright out here, and I am dropping my daughter off at her program, and I'm headed into the office. So I just wanted to speak on something that I have been seeing online in the comment section, in conversations online, if I'm being honest. So most of this behavior I'm seeing online. Does it happen in person? Sure. It does happen sometimes in the counseling space. And I jump on it like as soon as it happens. So when it happens in the counseling space, so in real life, like in person amongst people or in the counseling space, I jump on it. Because it is completely unproductive. And if I'm being honest, it's a huge reason why we cannot move forward. We cannot move forward if we continue to constantly look to blame others. It is the thing that I see all the time online. It's either we're right and they're wrong, or who's to blame? These are the things I want you to give up because it's unproductive. It is completely unproductive to have that mindset of, well, the men are to blame. Well, the women are to blame. The women are wrong. The men are wrong. You have to understand something. When you approach a problem from that vantage point, right? So someone has to be wrong. You have to be right. Someone has to be to blame. I need you to understand this is a horrible intersection, y'all. I'm trying to get out on a horrible intersection. But I need you to understand that when that is your vantage point, when it's all about blaming the other, when it's all about the other being wrong, that is the most unproductive, unhelpful way to actually elicit change and growth. No one's going to grow. No one's going to change when they feel attacked, when they feel blamed or shamed. All that's going to happen is they're going to get defensive. So if you ever wonder why, women say to me, my man gets very defensive when I bring issues to his attention, or my man, he doesn't validate, he doesn't listen, he just gets very defensive. So the first thing I want you to ask yourself is, how am I bringing my complaints or criticisms to him? Because I can assure you, ladies, that if you are criticizing or complaining or shaming or blaming, then yes, you are going to get a defensive answer. This is just an effective communication technique, right? Remember, the goal in communication is to be effective, is to actually get somewhere in the communication, to gain understanding, to be understood. That's what.
Well, yeah. Women are always talking about men need to be better communicators, but just because women talk a lot don't make them good communicators. Yeah, like a lot of times women don't want to get to a solution. They just want to have something to bitch and moan about, something to complain about. They love to complain. You know what I mean? But I'm back. Let's get back into the other nonsense. Everybody hit the like button.
He was just separated.
But I don't want to work anymore. God has completely removed that like boss babe mentality. But I don't want to work anymore. God has completely removed that like boss babe mentality from me. I desire nothing more than to be provided.
I'm trying to catch the beginning of this without. Hold on.
But I don't want to work anymore. God has completely removed that like boss babe mentality from me. I desire nothing more than to be provided for. Now let me say, if somebody's providing for you, I truly believe though that you are serving them and serving your family. I don't want somebody to just be providing for me and I'm like laying on the couch doing nothing. I want to serve my family if my husband is providing for me. And it's so funny because for so many years I had this like super masculine, like I want to be a boss babe and I want to do all these things, like, and I still enjoy what I do. Like I'm a hairstylist. I run a small business and I make content on the side and I love what I do. Like it brings me so much joy to spread the gospel online and I get to make people feel pretty all day. It's like a privilege and an honor to do my job. However, with that being said, I would much rather be cooking and cleaning for my husband and running my kids to soccer practice. If I had to choose one or the other, I'm for sure every time going to choose my husband and my family. That I don't even have yet, but I know that the Lord puts the desire, he knows the desires of our heart because he puts them there. So it's just funny that the Lord will completely change the way that you think. Hot take, but I don't want to work anymore. God has completely removed that like boss babe.
Where do I start? Where do I start? When did she become religious? I'm seeing tattoos everywhere on her hand and stuff. When did you become religious, ma'am? Can we start there? And that masculine spirit in you, it doesn't go away overnight. I don't believe this whole I just want to provide and serve for a man. No, you don't. You just tired of working and you're trying to run game. You can't run that game on me. You can't run that game on me. Nice try, but no cigar. Now, we got a little bit of a troll. We got a little bit of a troll. Because yeah, on one hand, but let me speak to her again. On one hand, she talking about I just want to serve. I'm not gonna sit on the couch and scroll on Instagram. Yes, you are. You're a content creator. That cooking and cleaning stuff will last 3 months, and then you'll be talking about, I feel like my identity is being stifled. I feel like my identity is being crushed. I don't feel like myself anymore. Look, she running game, y'all. I could see through her hogwash within the first 10 seconds. They only become religious after they hit the wall. They only become religious after they hit the wall. So we had a troll come in and say, my mother is irrelevant. And she was referring to the title of the stream, your 40-year-old buns are irrelevant. So clearly, Limeade 77 is a 40-plus-year-old woman whose butt hurt about the fact that her buns are irrelevant. Why do you even still want your buns to be relevant? Limeade? Limeade, why do you even want your buns to be relevant? Don't you want your character to be relevant, your personality to be relevant? You know what I mean? Your sense of humor to be relevant? Why does the thought of your buns not being relevant anymore bother you so much? Where you at, Limeade? I'm down to talk, Limeade. I'm down to go back and forth with you, Limeade. Respectfully, of course.
But I don't want to work anymore. God has completely
He bothering you, Queen? Wait, you cook for him? You know we have. Is he bothering you, Queen? Wait, you cook for him? You know we have rights now, right? You should check his phone. Check his phone, check his phone, check his phone. Me if I got a lobotomy. Lavender marriage. No man deserves this. All this for a man and he's just providing for you? Ugh, the bare minimum. He's definitely cheating on you. No, he's definitely cheating on you. Is he bothering you, Queen? Wait, you cook for him? You know we have rights now, right? You should check his phone. Check his phone, check his phone, check his phone. Me if I got a lobotomy. Lavender marriage. No man deserves this. All this for a man and he's just providing for you? Ugh, the bare minimum. He's definitely cheating on you. No, he's definitely cheating on you. Is he bothering you, Queen? Wait, you cook for him? You know we have rights now, right?
Okay, so the caption says POV, the comment section under every post of a happily married woman. Well, yeah, that's why a happily married woman should keep her buns off the internet. And she don't got to worry about those type of comments. Yeah, the internet really ruined dating. It ruined woes. Stay off the internet, happily married woman. Your husband will appreciate it. And I think it's going to be great for your marriage for you to stay off the internet. Please. Fellas, keep your ladies off the internet. Unless they looking up recipes. We losing recipes. I don't know if any of y'all know where that's from, but where's Limeade 77? She was talking shit for a second. Is she still here? I guess not.
Tell me what y'all think about this. What if this shit happened to you?
Hello, how are you?
We were just in the same class in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. Washington
So
Marriage.
I'm supposed to remember you. Okay, can I tell y'all that this man just said, do you remember me?
From 6th or 7th grade.
Make it make sense to me. He said we were in the same class in the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade.
Me, you, Naeem, and Sharice.
Okay.
That part. He's being serious.
Yes,
though.
he
Are you
is.
being serious? I do not. I'm sorry. No,
Which one?
I don't remember the 6th, the 7th, or the 8th grade.
We were in the same class.
Okay.
Me, you, and
Well,
Naeem.
it's nice to meet you.
Yo.
Hello. Okay.
Like, I don't know what made her, me personally, I got a great memory. Junior high, elementary, if I ran into somebody, I'm gonna remember them, like, especially if they make it famous. Like, how you don't remember those are precious times in your life? Like, you don't remember that? You know what I mean? Like, and I'm gonna be, even if I don't remember you, I'm gonna be so happy, like, you a person that knew me from that chapter in my life. So I would still be like, yo, come here, oh word, like, Will, you know, oh yeah, we was in such and such class. Oh shit, we going down memory lane. But like, that was crazy. I would have been embarrassed she did that to me. Like, I'm ecstatic to see.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. To put this in context, she's some type of CEO, some highfalutin bougie bitch who thinks she the queen of the universe. But even that aside, black women love embarrassing black men and belittling black men. It's their favorite pastime. And they're so performative. They're so performative. So yeah, that made her feel big. Her character is trash. I think that's evident from this video. She could have been a lot more gracious than that, but I don't expect grace and humility from most B dubs. I'm gonna be honest. So it's not a shocking video at all. What did we learn from this video? If you see somebody you went to 6th grade with or 7th grade with, just keep walking.
Every man that I've been with has always paid for everything.
You got a man now?
Not right now, no.
Why not?
Because I live in Miami, and I told myself I wanted to be single and learn how to properly love myself and focus on being alone for a little bit.
Tell me what happened in your last relationship. Why y'all not together?
It was a great relationship. I feel like finances became an issue. Like he didn't do so well financially.
Oh, listen, y'all hear that? Read in between the lines.
No, but he still was a great guy.
Whoa. I hear you. But I'm just saying, read in between the lines. When the financial trouble started with him is when you said, you know what, I don't know if I want to be in this relationship.
Well, for me specifically, I felt like instead of him relying on working with me to make money when it was starting to get low, he chose to use his friends. And that wasn't a team.
You see what happens when your bag get low? And this is why I say this. Let me tell you something. Let me give you my perspective. I tell dudes this, right? The reason I'm not going to do anything for a woman for a long period of time is so I know if she like me or do she like my money. Because a lot of people, they get married or they get in a relationship, and as soon as they fall off, the woman is no longer happy because they didn't really like you. They like the lifestyle. If I want a woman to like me, I can't provide a huge lifestyle for her because she might fall in love with the lifestyle.
Every man that I've been with has always paid for everything.
You got a man now?
Not right now, no.
Why not?
Because I live in Miami, and I told myself I wanted to be single and learn how to properly love myself.
She broke up with her husband, or she broke up with her boyfriend because he fell on financial hard times, and then went to Miami so she can find herself. No, you went to Miami to use your body to try to sucker another fool into taking care of you financially. That's why you went to Miami. Do they really think we this stupid? I moved to Miami so I can find myself. No, you moved to Miami to find another baller, to take a bad deal. And then she said something about he should have worked with me to get the bag up. If you were so great with getting the bag, you wouldn't need his bag. Or if you had so many successful businesses set up, you could have just put him back on his feet. Yeah, they just be talking just to talk, bro. What up, Smooth Professor? Yeah, she went to Miami to get a paycheck, not to find herself. You can find yourself in bumfuck Idaho. You don't need to go to Miami to find yourself.
Are you okay being the breadwinner in a relationship?
I'm not the breadwinner in the relationship. You mean any man I'm with?
Yeah.
I'm not the breadwinner in the relationship.
But would you be okay if you were?
I'm not. There's no man I know from you. He got a regular job. He work at a warehouse. I will chip in as he see fit because he's the head. Now, this is the way I was raised. A lot of women not going to agree with me.
No, they ain't going to agree with that.
I'm cool if you don't.
The breadwinner, he has normally, that person has the larger voice in the relationship.
He's a man. He's going to have. This is what
But what if
I
you got the
believe.
money? You making the money?
No, this is what I believe.
Okay.
I believe I am advice and concurrence.
Okay.
He is the head of the household. Now, this is how I believe. The word did not originate with me. He is the head of households. People need to start reading Ephesians. I want to make his life better and easier, but I'm not the head of the household, even if I have access to more money.
Are you okay being the breadwinner in a relationship?
Okay. Yeah. So I like what she said. She understands things. Yeah, the man is the man of the house. Whether he making all the money, paying all the bills, or paying none of the bills, the man is the man of the house. Money don't make you the man of the house. I feel sorry for dudes who are only the man of the house because they pay all the bills. That's sad. She should be submitting to your manhood. She should want to be with you because of your manhood, not because of your money. Even if the woman pay all the bills, you the man of the house and you the authority in the house. If it ain't that way, then she don't respect you as a man. Because there's plenty of women, like I said the other day, who go risk their lives every night selling you know what and come bring the money back to the P. And she still respect the P. She literally risked her life every night hopping in and out of cars just to come back to the P and give him all the money. Because she respect his manhood. It ain't about money. Yeah, it definitely shouldn't be about money. Shout out to all the women around the country who pay all the bills. Respect to you. You know, y'all wanted to work. You working now. Go ahead and pay all the bills. You got a big bank? Oh, 6-figure woman? Okay, cool. Go get you a dude that work at McDonald's who a solid guy and go submit to him and go, deposit your money every month into his account and let him be the man of the house. That's why you was put on this earth. Be a helpmate. So if you make 200,000 a year, cool. You can find you a good man that make 40,000 a year and retire him. And he could start a side business. you know? I love it. Love to see it. Let me say this. Hold on. How long we been on? How many people we got in here? Yeah, I don't know how she's still single at that age. If she got such a great mentality, I don't know. Um, 47 people in here. That's what's up. That's what's up. Everybody go subscribe to the new channel if you like the content. It's called Dating Dysfunctions. That's where my regular videos will be, my 8 to 10 minute videos with the memes and all that. All you gotta do is type in Dating Dysfunctions. Follow me on Rumble, link in the description. Damn, ain't nobody watching on Rumble. What up with that? Anyway, guess everybody on YouTube.
Baby, I grew up with a dad, a granddad, and a little brother who thinks he's my big brother. The bare minimum does not turn me on. I hope there is no man on this earth that has come into my life thus far that thinks they have set any type of bar, standard, or tone. Okay? Taking out the trash does not get me going. Bare minimum. Holding doors does not get me going. Bare minimum. Paying for dates does not get me going. Bare minimum. Okay? None of that. Even not asking me for the cooch on the first date does not get me going. Bare minimum. You never should have expected it on the first date. You never should expect it on the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, but y'all not ready for that conversation. So at the end of the day, no, you are not bigger than this program. And I hope that there is no man that ever thinks that they are. Okay? I know what I expect and I knew what I deserved before you got here. I just felt like, why not? Maybe give you a chance. Oh well. Baby, I grew up with a dad, a granddad.
This woman is nuts.
You just saying anything now, ho.
Yeah. Go be with one of your male family members then. Yeah, go be with one of them. Since they treated you so great, yeah, go be with one of them. Go live with them. And keep getting that treatment. Look, if you're so great, and dudes can't come with bare minimum, or let me take that back. If you're so great, why are you still single? Why are you still single? And at the end, you notice she said, "Oh, I tried to get somebody, you know, a chance, but it ain't work out." Of course, because you're not a good dating option. She was she is so masculine, talking about, yeah, you got to get on this program. Look, that's what dudes say. No man that you're gonna respect is getting on your program. You got to get on his program. And when women say this bare minimum, that's bare minimum. AKA, I'm not gonna appreciate anything you do for me the entire relationship because everything is bare minimum. Please stay away from these bare minimum bimbos. Please stay away from them. They will never appreciate anything you do for them. My dad used to do that. My brother do that. You can't fix that. My brother and dad can. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that shit. This woman is nuts. Please stay away from this one. Don't let a cute face trick you into hell. Yeah, facts. Facts, warrior princess. If your male family members were so great, why didn't you just let them pick a man for you that met their standard, that do all the stuff that they do? Why you ain't let them pick? Because you wanted to F on them pookies, them tall, handsome, charismatic pookies. That's why. She talking all this stuff about bare minimum, but the dudes who seen you naked didn't meet any of those. The dudes who seen you naked over and over again since you was 15, they didn't hold, I bet you they didn't hold no doors. I bet you they ain't bring flowers. The scammers and gang bangers and drug dealers who you been letting hit it since 15, they ain't do none of that chivalrous stuff. You ain't never remind them what your family members did for you. Whatever. Yeah, okay, man. Yeah. Ain't that kind of convenient?
If a woman cheats on a man, it's the man's fault. If a man try to walk behind me, he gotta be an astronaut. I take care of my woman from the bottom of her feet to the top of her head, and I feed her body at a cellular level. All praises, here you go, baby. If a woman cheats on a man, it's the man's fault. If a man try to walk behind me, he gotta be an astronaut. I take care of my woman from the bottom of her feet to the top of her head, and I feed her body at a cellular level. All praises, here you go, baby. If a woman cheats on a man, it's the man's fault. If a man try to walk behind,
I don't even know where to start. I don't know what to start. I don't know where to start. Let me just think for a second. Let me just think for a second. I'm not feeding a woman like a baby. Let's start there. I mean, if she preggers, I'll rub her feet. I'll help her sit down and help her get up. You know, stuff like that. I'm not feeding her though. Her hands still work. I know for a fact most women don't want this. They just don't. And the whole thing about if your woman cheat on you, it's your fault. This is one of them dudes who think if I treat my woman really good and I pay for everything, she won't cheat. Those are the dudes who get cheated on the most. The dudes who sit their woman on the counter and feed her food, those are the dudes, ironically, that get cheated on the most. The dudes who don't let her touch a door handle, the dudes who don't let her touch a bill, all that. Those dudes stay getting cheated on. That's the ironic part of this. She will end up cheating on this dude with a dude who wouldn't do any of this. Would never do any of this. That's the funny part.
I got a question for all my melanated brothers.
Okay.
Was it childhood that made you grow up and despise women the same hue as your mother? See, it still dawns on me that we criticize each other, say, Dumb shit like light skin versus dark skin, like we not the same goddamn color. See, you say you want a fair skin because she's foreign, but you degrade the Letitia's, Keisha's, and get a Lauren. Wonder if your daddy told your mama she was boring. I guess not. Your black ass was still born, but you wouldn't exist if daddy went and got a Lauren, so I'm curious. What, you scared that a black woman can't stand beside you? Afraid that her appearance may somehow defy you, so you get a white girl so the whites won't deny you. But see, they don't give a damn. See, they think they can buy you, use you for your talents, entertain them. They like you. But when they killing your own people, they don't stand beside you. Black women do. And when the world makes you a target, she got your back too. She got the strength of a soldier and she down to ride too. Never question her loyalty. She down to fight too. Do you understand the shit a black woman goes through? They say she's too tough, but a black woman cries too. So when you say you don't like her, she's still asking why too. Because now I got to contemplate getting a white dude. Same people that killed and abused you, sexually assaulted, raped and accused you. They segregated us from each other, put you in a prison and made her a single mother. Now you telling me that you too see color? The system found a way to make us hate each other. See, I don't know what kind of game this is, but I don't tolerate none of that hating your own race shit. I support black love to the end. And it's not a soul alive that'll make me turn my back on black men. So black men, listen, specifically those who hate on black women. Although she may not be your preference, it's your job to respect her, especially when she's not in your presence. My brethren, Sunset Monet. I got a
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. Y'all heard it.
Shout out to Dennis. I don't know where to start with all that. Where do I start? Okay. It's not about H-8ing black women. It's not about what color our mother was, because a lot of times our mothers were verbally abusive to us and treated us like you know what. So that's a bad example to use. You should like me because I'm a black woman and your mama was black. But what if my mama was black and treated me like crap? That's not really helping your case. And it has nothing to do with me picking a Lauren. I don't want a Shaquisha. I don't want a Shakisha because she's too masculine and she's too disrespectful. It doesn't have anything to do with wanting white acceptance. It doesn't have anything to do with anything that you were talking about. It has something to do with you refusing to be what black men want: cooperative, feminine, natural, and not masculine. You tried to blame it on everything else, but you not being what we want in a woman. You try to blame it on everything else other than most black women not being what black men want in a woman. You're too combative. Your mouth is too smart. And so on and so on and so on. But at least it rhymed. Yeah, at least it rhymed. I'll give her that. Oh my goodness, man. That was really pathetic. that was really pathetic. What does that say about you that a white woman can come in and steal your man that you're supposed to understand the most? What does that say about how you're lacking on your job? You're not gonna shame us into taking a bad deal, black women. I don't care how many raps you write. Like trying to shame us and trying to shame us into taking a bad deal and praising a bad deal. It ain't gonna happen. Look at all them tattoos. Like seriously, look at all them tattoos. She look like she will swing on you if y'all get into a disagreement. Talking about hate, and she came across very hateful. Yeah, let's just move on. Jeez.
Really hate the fact that motherfuckers wait till you literally down bad crashing out. Literally, like, to act like they give a fuck about your ass. Like, motherfucker don't give a fuck literally until your ass dead in the casket. Literally, like, and then it's the fact that when I do that, I swear to God, I don't want no fucking funeral. I don't want no fake ass motherfuckers sitting around lying about how they love my ass. For the whole time I was living, I'm struggling. I can't call nobody, not a piece of family, a sister, a cousin, a brother, a shit to ask for shit. Not $100, not $50, not $25. I can't call nobody and ask for shit. But when I'm up and I got it and I'm giving shit out, it's not a problem to motherfuckers. Like, I'm just so tired of being tired, G. I swear to God, like, I'm tired of being a single mama. I'm tired of taking care of 2 kids by myself. I'm tired of this shit, G. Like, I swear to God, I'm so fucking tired. Like, I don't want to be here, G. Like, I don't want to be here. Like, it is sad to say, but I take the selfish route out, and I swear to God, and do it. Like, I'll be getting to that point. A motherfucker take this shit as a joke. A motherfucker take this stressful shit, this depressed shit, they take that shit as a fucking joke. This shit not no fucking joke. This shit'll really make your ass crash out. All that bitter baby daddy, a motherfucker mad you don't want to be with them, all type of shit. This shit is stressful on the motherfucker. A single mom, this shit is really stressful. Y'all niggas, y'all daddies, y'all need to start doing y'all motherfucking part. It don't take no money to take care of y'all kids, G. It don't take no fucking money. All it takes is time out your motherfucking day. If us mamas gotta rearrange y'all shit, y'all should have to rearrange y'all shit too. Stop being like that when y'all got motherfucking kids out here. Most of y'all daddies need to step the fuck up and be a fucking daddy, G. This shit is sick. This shit is fucking sick. Mamas out here killing themselves for shit like this, bro. Dead ass. I just really hate the fact that motherfuckers wait.
Did all that. She did all that because her baby daddies wouldn't buy her some Henny. But look, let me read this super chat. Yeah, she's cooked. That I don't even know where to start with that. I don't even know if I'm gonna include that into the video I chop up. Anyway, Notorious NIG says, be cautious when they say that men lead the household. Scripture says husbands are head of the wives. When women cite the Bible, ask for book, chapter, and verse. It will expose their fraud. Facts. Thanks for the $10 donation, Notorious Nig. And and this for you, Notorious Nig. Everybody keep the donations coming.
That's a hard nigga.
It's the happiest day of my life, is what I'm saying.
Hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it.
You a gangster now. I'm winning any motherfucker way. I can't lose.
So I don't even know what commentary to give on this. Okay. I definitely think she's from Chicago, G. You feel me, G? She got snot running down her nose. She should have just thought about this before she hit record. She definitely masculine. She definitely throw hands with mans. She definitely throw hands with men. Ma'am, these are the consequences of your actions. These are the consequences of your actions. I don't know what else to say. I mean, yeah, life is rough when you set yourself up like this. It is. I don't think this video had the desired outcome. I don't think either one of her baby daddies sent her the 40 to her Cash App. I don't think either one of her I don't think this video made either one of her baby daddies send her $40 in the Cash App. Because we all know it's always $40. For some reason, they always need $40. Why not 60? Why not 20? It's always 40. Anyway.
You wish someone had told you about dating like in your 40s and 50s back then?
You know, you think that when you're ready to settle down, that there's always going to be a lot of supply on the shelves.
What do you wish someone had told you about dating like in your 40s and 50s back then?
You know, you think that when you're ready to settle down, that there's always going to be a lot of supply on the shelves. And it's not. Like at this age, a lot of the good guys are married or taken because they're good guys. And I was having a conversation with a girlfriend of mine the other day, and I'm like, well, your best bet now is maybe someone that a good man that maybe is coming out of a marriage, getting a divorce. So, I think in our youth, and I would like people to know this when they're younger, we think, oh, there's always going to be an endless supply. I can wait till tomorrow. Don't put off your happiness waiting. If you find that good person, like a lot of times we wait, well, it's not the right time. It's never going to be like the right time. I would say go for it more. I wish I would have told someone told me just go for it. I probably have overlooked a good candidate before, like maybe,
why is that though?
Me thinking the timing thing, maybe prioritizing career. I definitely.
We already watched that on another episode.
Yeah, stop playing with her. My baby for her homecoming, man. This is why we ain't doing no 50-50. Right? Come on. That bank account. What that bank account look like? You hear me? Listen, ain't nothing wrong with having a rich father. You hear me? We supposed to always try to get rich for our kids. We go broke for their ass 24/7. We need to get rich for them so they be able to pull up in homecoming like this. You hear me? And then when their birthday actually comes, she actually get to push one of these toys. She get to push one of these to school. Her daily driver. Stop playing with me. Get rich for your kids. That's what we doing over here. You hear me? Get your kids the same way. All these dudes be hating this stuff. Y'all here getting the call. Let me take you to homecoming. All these dudes be hating this shit. Understand, man. You wish you could. Just say that shit. Just say you can learn from me. I got programs and everything. Created over 148 millionaires. No need to hate on me and what I'm doing with my daughter. No need to hate on me when I say I'm gonna set the standard for my children so they can actually become successful for the rest of their life and shit. All right? And yes, she gonna be with a man that actually providing because she got her own. Don't make it seem like she just ain't like that. Yeah, stop playing with her. My baby for her homecoming, man. This is why we ain't doing no 50-50.
Oh gosh, I don't know where to start. He's gonna get his daughter robbed. I think he's putting his daughter more in danger than anything. And then she put a one up when he said, "What's your bank account looking like?" I don't know if that mean 1 million or what, but whatever Pookie she's screwing, he about to flood the hood with narcotics. Why are you putting this on the internet? Seriously. Pookie and Ray Ray about to be all in that bank account. Pookie and Ray Ray gonna be doing donuts in that car at 2:00 in the morning. His daughter gonna get hurt, him trying to flex on the internet. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Oh yeah, I didn't think about that. Shout out to Dizzy. Yeah. His own daughter might get him set up. She might get the homies to set Pops up when he tell her no too many times. Oh, I got something for you, Pops. So when them dudes kick in the door, just know your daughter set the lick up. Yeah. All he teaching her is money is all that matter. Yeah. So we already know he's raising a gold digger. He's raising a woman who's only gonna care about what a man could buy for her. Sick. Truly sick. He's slipping in the hood. We know he probably at some hood gas station and he too busy, he too busy trying to make a viral video, and behind him his daughter could be getting snatched out that car and robbed and hurt. But that don't matter. He got to get his views up. But that don't matter. He got to get his views up, right?
A lot of men who want to be in relationships. I've met a lot of men who want to be in relationships who bring, I've been surprised, they don't like women.
I think that's a lot of men out here don't like women.
I have been surprised because the optimistic, happy me, like, that's not true. But being in counseling, I've seen more men that I'm comfortable with who really have issues with women. They are takers. They want you to make their lives better.
Yeah.
Right? So one of the questions that I would ask if I was a woman, what do you want out of a wife? How are you good for a wife? Right? Successful husbands have something in common. They're givers.
So when you ask them about, even before they got married, what do you want to do as a husband? I'm gonna make sure she's good, right? If she's stressed, I've met a lot of men who want to be in relationships who bring. I've been surprised they don't like women.
I think.
To be frank, hey, shout out to Mr. Real Talk. I appreciate you for no, I don't think the channel that you're 144 or something. I don't think that's my channel. But salute to Mr. Real Talk. Appreciate the support. Here's the thing. A lot of modern woes aren't likable. So it's totally fair for a lot of men to not like a lot of modern woes. You're not a bad person for not liking unlikable people. So and here's the other thing. Oh, men are takers and this and that. These people just want men to give, and get. These type of people want men to give, and get little to nothing in return. That's what real men do. They give, and don't even ask for nothing back. That's stupid. Why would I sacrifice everything for somebody who's doing little to nothing for me? But never take advice from a woman in a leopard print outfit, or the type of dude who would sit with a woman on a podcast with a leopard print outfit. That's the moral of this story.
Hello. Hi.
What we looking
It's
like? What we looking like? What we looking like? 46 people late night on a good Sunday night. What we doing? What we doing? What should we go over? Should I get off here? Facts, Mr. Real Talk. Facts. The internet has exposed women, and there's no going back now. It exposed female nature. It exposed that most women aren't likable. Most women don't have good character. The internet did terrible things for the female reputation. It really did. They was better off when we would just project the good character on them. It was better off when they would just stand there and look pretty, and we would project human decency onto them. That was better off for their reputation.
The current dating scene has me convinced that I literally have better odds at winning the lottery rather than finding the love of my life, let alone having a decent conversation with someone. Like, what happened to normal people? Where did y'all go? Where are y'all hiding? The current dating scene has me convinced that I literally have better odds at winning the lottery rather than finding the love of my life, let alone having a decent conversation with someone. Like, what happened to normal people? Where did y'all go? Where are y'all hiding?
All right, let's talk about it. Yeah, so I appreciate everybody that liked the channel. Go follow my official channel. This is just the live stream channel. I mean, I got a bunch of old videos on this channel too if you want to binge watch. But the new official channel is Dating Dysfunctions. Link is in the description. Yeah, Dating Dysfunction. We trying to run up to 1,000 subscribers. Follow me on Rumble too, because a lot of times I'll go review a other video on Rumble. Like I'll review Kendra G episodes on Rumble. But you don't really gotta sign up for that. But yeah, go ahead and sign up on Rumble and follow me on Rumble. Um but let me talk about this dude right here. Let's watch it one more time.
The current dating scene has me convinced that I literally have better odds at winning the lottery rather than finding the love of my life.
Okay. I mean, is this dude a rainbow man? Maybe he's a rainbow man. I don't know. I hope he just is. The nose ring is diabolical work. The femininity oozing through the camera is diabolical work. Fellas, don't do this. I'm not saying men can't get on the internet and talk about dating, but not like a girl. Not sitting up in bed talking about, I can't believe this, y'all. When am I gonna find the love of my life? Not like that. If you're gonna talk about dating online, do it in a masculine way and with some bass in your voice. But look, look, rather than finding the love of my life, even if he is a rainbow man, bruh, the fairy tale isn't real. The fairy tale of relationships isn't real. He might be young, he don't get it yet. But yeah, you don't become a man until you realize the fairy tale isn't real. I'm not saying that you can't have a decent relationship or a decent marriage, but the way that he's even talking, he watching too many Netflix romantic comedies rather than finding the love of my life. I'm not knocking. How can I put this? How can I put this? Relationships are practical. The best relationships are practical. Love is practical. I'm not saying you don't love a person, but it's not butterflies and rainbows. You know, it's not butterflies and rainbows. It's sticking it out with somebody through thick and thin, through the hard times and all that. To me, that's more romantic than the stuff in Netflix specials and romantic novels and stuff. You know, you gotta love the funk of a motherfucker, like Chris Rock say. It's not glamorous. You know, you can tell when somebody has an immature idea of relationships and love when they talk about the love of my life. Like I'm not trying to like I'm not trying to sound like a pessimist, but to me the romantic part of relationships is when you riding it out when you're not happy, or when you riding it out when it's really hard, or you rub their feet when you don't feel like rubbing their feet. That's romantic to me. The way he's talking about it, it's this constant dopamine hit, constant happiness and rainbows. So he got a lot to learn. He definitely got a lot to learn.
Let alone having a decent conversation with someone. Like, what happened to normal people? Where did y'all go? Where are y'all hiding?
I'm not ready for a relationship. What do you mean you're not ready for a relationship? We met on a dating app.
Okay, yep.
This woman is fucking nuts. This woman is nuts.
So this is a bar. This is bar. This is a bar jizz receptacle. She at the bar every weekend, getting plowed by the bikers. Man, dating apps are for hookups. Let's be real. Especially when it comes to the guys that I know you swipe on. Dating app. Let's talk about dating apps real quick. I'm gonna make it quick about dating apps. Dating apps are for Chads and Tyrones to run amok with these pros, and it's for women to get plowed by Chads and Tyrones or get ego boost from the bottom 80 to 90% of men. That's what dating apps are for. Dating apps is for women to get laid and top 5% men to get laid. And for the bottom 90% of men to get depressed. It's a depression loop for the bottom 90% of men and a brothel for the top 5% men.
What do you mean you're not ready for a relationship? We met on a dating app.
Most of your inbox is full of dudes who want to be in a relationship with a woman like you. And you know that. You know the exact type of guy that would give you a relationship. I hope you never give those guys a chance because you're not going to do anything but ruin their life. Ruin their life, demon. Keep getting pumped and dumped by the bad boys for the rest of your life. Unfortunately, and I don't mean this in a mean way, that's all you're good for at this point. Body count probably in the triple digits. Just find solace in something else. Just how about stop dating? Just pick one of those guys that you've been sleeping with and just be their permanent side piece so you can move on with your life. Focus on something else. Like focus on bringing real value to the world and people. Mean something more to the world than getting pumped and dumped in the back of Toyota Camrys.
I love how a relationship can go from I just met you to let's cuddle on your couch and I'll brush your hair behind your ear and then we'll make out passionately while watching a movie. And tell each other how lucky we feel to have found each other. To a month later, not talking to each other anymore. That's crazy. How did that happen? That's nuts. That is crazy.
All right, so you know what doesn't make sense to me? We now live in a generation of dating where people care about who can play the game better. Oh, I'm not going to text this person. I'm going to text this person. When in reality, why can't it just be, hey, I like you, you like me, let's go out. Bam. And then you go from there. Or people put so much emphasis on a dating app. They get so discouraged because they don't get a like. Why do you care if Joe Schmo from another city doesn't like you? Who cares? There's 7 billion people on this planet. But social media tells us if we're not getting likes, if we're not getting any attention on social media, it means no one likes us, which is so not true. Social media is fake. Dating apps are fake. Playing the games is fake. Why can't everyone just be real with each other? I like you. I don't like you. You're cute. You're not cute. I don't care.
This is coming across very feminine. Let me say it again. This is coming across very feminine, bro. You got the little music playing in the background, and you got the little music playing in the background, and you're crying and bitching and moaning about dating, like a girl. Now, I'm not saying guys can't get online and talk about dating, but you sitting in your car like these bimbos do, and singing a "woe is me" story a little bit. It's not coming across masculine. You seem emotional. I see why girls don't like you, bro. You're not a bad looking guy. But I see why they don't like you and why it ain't working out. You need to find a red pill, my good brother. I say that with love.
Is fake. Why can't everyone just be real with each other? I like you. I don't like you. You're cute. You're not cute. I don't care. Where's the truth? Where is the honesty? Where's the integrity? Where's the character? Everybody, I swear, social media and dating apps absolutely crushed people's ability to just be real, and that's what's sad.
You know, dating apps in 2025 feel less like dating and more just like choosing a streaming service. I mean, you're basically just subscribing to emotional chaos. You sit down to just an onslaught of endless scrolling with zero commitment. Inevitably, at some point, there's going to be a message sent along the lines of, "Are you still watching?" Profiles always look better than the real person. It's like, yeah, you nailed the trailer, but the final product was just shit. And don't lie to yourself, everybody's always watching something else. Sure, physically they're on the app. Emotionally? No, they're still binge watching their ex. And then ghosting pops up like people are canceling subscriptions. No warnings, explanations, just a, oh, sorry.
Dating in 2025 feels like speedrunning intimacy and then rage quitting the game. One minute you're strangers, the next you're tangled up on a couch, brushing hair behind ears, whispering about how rare this connection feels. And then, silence. No argument, no explanation, just gone. Like someone unplugged the router on your emotions. And at this point, I don't even think it's shocking anymore. It's confusing, yes. Frustrating, absolutely. But mostly, it's revealing. Because modern dating doesn't collapse because people don't want love. It collapses because people want love without responsibility, connection without discomfort, and validation without accountability.
I pretty much made the executive decision to not date in this generation when I opened a dating app and a guy said, "Take me thrifting and tell me jokes." Okay, princess. What do you need, a tampon too? Baby girl? Like, the fuck? Men used to build a Great Wall of China and then go home to their wives and cook them a meal, probably. And you want me to take you thrifting until you, like, no, I'm sorry. And it's crazy because I literally changed, like, the age range to men in their 30s. I'm 22 years old and you're probably like, girl, what the... Yeah, but all of my exes are in their later 20s. So I was like, okay, if that's not working, like, let's bump it up.
Let's talk. She's 22. I wonder what kind of car that is. It look kind of nice. She's in a suit jacket. That's the last thing I ever want to see on a woman's body is a suit jacket. I'm disgusted. I'm sickened by a suit jacket on a woman. Um, she wants a man that's gonna trick off heavy dollars on her. I already can tell by the aesthetic. Dating for her is getting a bunch of money spent on me and getting plowed by the tall, handsome dudes. She's not on the right path. She's not bad looking. Any think okay, think about it. She's 22 and attractive. If she's having a problem dating, she's the problem. No questions asked. If an attractive 22-year-old is trying to succeed on dating but failing, there's something seriously wrong with her brain. No questions asked.
I'm sorry. And it's crazy because I literally changed like the age range to men in their 30s. I'm 22 years old, and you're probably like, girl, what the? Yeah, but all of my exes are in their later 20s. So I was like, okay, if that's not working, like, let's bump it up. Still, take me thrifting and tell you jokes, and you're 30 fucking one. We're not doing this. I'm obviously like somewhat kidding because I love thrifting and I love being funny, but like, can we start off with a like, can I take you to dinner? Like, you know, like the chivalrous men that used to exist, not.
Yeah, chivalry means spend a bunch of money on me and impress me with dates. Impress me with dates. Like, now see, she should be on that type of time of, yeah, let's go thrifting and tell each other, good fart jokes. That's where she should be mentally at 22. And see, this is when her brain is effed up. She's on this whole Instagram thing, her Instagram standards. You got to buy me a Benz and take me to Michelin star restaurants and all that. She's cooked. A 22-year-old should be feeding the pigeons with a guy she really like because he has a good sense of humor and, she like his personality. But she's on this whole, I got to level up and he got to be on my level at 22. Her brain is already ruined. She's already an effiness and her standards are absurdly high and they're going to just keep getting higher. And that's why she's going to fail on the dating market. Shout out to shout out to Neo for the 333 comment. He said the suit jacking comment made me laugh.
Like tell a woman to take you thrifting and tell you jokes. I don't know. It's just giving like, okay, princess.
Reason why we lost all the lover girls is because the roles are reversed. Some men are not playing the role, and the girls can't even play the role because you don't let them. As a man, in my eyes, like, this is just my opinion, like, if you guys are arguing or fighting, don't wait for her to fix it. You are the man, bro. Like, it applies with anything, even in the house of.
Yeah. Once again, women don't want an emotional man. You have to be the one that calms her down when she's emotional. If you're this emotional, yeah, you're not a leader. It doesn't give leader, and it dries the coochie up. When you in your car acting this damn emotional about dating, like, you got to keep it cool, bro. This is chaotic.
Something breaks, who's gonna fix it? It's not gonna be the wife. Nobody said she's not. Nobody said she can't do it. You could do it, but you're the man. You gotta do it. If there's a fight, if she's not answering the phone, spam her. That's not calling soft. Give her the cold shoulder. She gotta come back. What she means she gotta come back? Is that not someone you eventually trying to marry or no? Why are we playing games against each other? That's the frustrating part about dating and relationships. We're supposed to be working together. Why am I giving you a cold shoulder to prove a point? By all means, I'm not trying to compete with you in a relationship. You gotta care for your women, bro. Provide, protect, right? Like, just play the role. It's not that hard. There's only one role to play here. Like, and she gotta be that sweet girl, that caring, the kind, the flirty, the like all the sweet shit. It's gotta come from her. You too, but like, you can't be petty and play games with it. It's just never gonna work. It's just gonna.
I need everybody to lock in and answer this question. How are people dating in 2025? You don't have the apps. If I don't have Hinge and I don't have Raya or Bumble or I don't have those. I don't want those. How are y'all meeting people? I feel like I go out and I go to events and, I'm out and about and nobody approaches anybody.
Damn, your boobs are out on TikTok. You don't see what's wrong with that? And I'm sure your boobs are always out in public if they're out on TikTok. Imagine being attractive and having your boobs out everywhere and still can't get a man. I mean, I could tell if dudes do approach you, they're gonna come a certain type of way based on how you're presenting yourself. You're not gonna like the approach if they do approach you. It's gonna be like how much for the hour or something. That seems like a nice house behind you, or nice apartment. What's the chances she do OF? Maybe guys can smell it on you that you do OF, so they stay away. All right, I'm gonna get off here, y'all. Thanks for rocking with me. Follow me on Rumble. Join the channel Dating Dysfunctions. Check out the Patreon, $5 a month for access to all the videos I made since 2017. Check out merch, link in the description. All that good stuff. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Everybody subscribe if you like the channel. Yeah, subscribe, like, join the new channel, all that crap. Hope y'all have fun. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Tomorrow night, probably. Have a good night. Remember, how others treat you is your karma, or I'm sorry, how others treat you is their karma. How you treat others is your karma. Be nice to people because God's watching. And remember, I'm a nice guy. I just play asshole on the internet. And I have never done anything remotely wrong my entire life. Ever.
I've never done anything remotely wrong in my life ever.